welcome back to my channel. It's T here. Thank you so much for coming back here. I have a new video for you guys today, and today I am trying and doing a first impression of this Chanel foundation that I got Ulta. I'm in the shade B30, and so far I'm liking this look. So if you want to see the full application as well, see my end of the day result after wearing, like how long this wore for and how much it holds up, then keep on watching. But before you guys do that, please give this video a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to this channel and ring that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos. With that being said, let's jump straight into the first impression. Okay, so today I really wanted to try this new foundation that I saw, and I'm like really into foundation lately for some reason. Like I've been trying like a bunch from skin tint to foundation. So I saw this on Ulta, and they had like it's like a VIB sale, but for for Sephora for Ulta basically. And then I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I should just utilize this chance to buy this expensive foundation. So this is the Chanel Le Teint All Day Comfort Flawless Foundation in the shade B30. I've already prepped my face. I've also already did my eyebrows and my eyes off camera. So today's main focus, I want it to be around this foundation right here. I've also prepped my face with the Prequel half and half moisturizer. I know it works. I don't want to use anything else so that or anything new, because I want to make sure that I give this foundation a fair shot. This foundation retails for $65. $65. And with the sale, it brought it down to 50 something, and then tax and all that jazz. But I have been in the market for a foundation that is comforting and stays all day, and I'm a very oily girl, but this claims to be ultra wear, all day comfort, flawless finish foundation, and that's pretty much it. That's all that they really claimed on this. So I'm gonna give this foundation a good shake. The foundation that I really have been loving right now, where it's flawless, no fail right now, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Impeccable Foundation. Ooh, so it has a pump. This is what it looks like. It's very Chanel-esque, and Chanel-esque is bougie. It's the packaging, it has a glass packaging, it's super nice. The lid has the logo on it. Something about the Chanel branding is just so classy to me. And my shade that I picked out in this foundation is B30. I hope that this matches me. I did order this online, so I was doing to the best of my ability to match myself based on the swatches and everything. So with that being said, we're going to put this foundation on, and this gives me a very natural finish. And this I'm gonna go with one layer first, one thin layer, and then we will go from there. This is a thicker foundation. As you can see, it's not runny at all, and it does give this skin radiant, not matte fully. It does dry down. I'm seeing it on the other side. I don't think it claims to be mattifying, but this gives a very natural finish to the skin. What are we thinking? What do you guys think so far? I think the shade is pretty spot on for me, especially ordering online. Ordering online is just you have to take the picture and swatches with a grain of salt. I'm actually pretty impressed with the finish of this right now. What do you guys think? What do you guys think so far? And I used 2 whole pumps on my face. And it gives me like these, it's not full coverage. I do want to say there are some areas that I still see a little bit peeking through, but again, I have acne prone skin, I scar very easily, so it does have to take like a very full coverage foundation to cover anything. Like it has to be like full coverage, matte, and everything. All right, so this has dried down. I think I'm gonna stop there. I want to just keep it to one layer and see how it performs. I don't want to put on more layers and like just cake it on. So this is going to just dry down. I'm just gonna blend a little around the edges. This is a very nice foundation. I'm very impressed by this one actually. It's a very natural finish. It's not like cakey. It still has a little bit of luminosity to it where you look like you have skin. It's not like fully matte, but it does dry down. So this is not like a skin tint or liquidy, watery foundation where I feel like I need to powder right away or it's gonna slip off my face. That's not what it feels like. So let me continue doing the rest of my makeup and then we will get back on my thoughts towards the end of this, and then I'm gonna wear it throughout the day. I do have some errands to do, and then we'll touch base at night and I will come back and show you guys the final look on my face. So I do have a couple of other products that I wanted to try today. Well, not a lot of new products for my face because I do want to use the same concealer that I always use. I always want to use the same powder, blush, and everything, but this one is a special one. This one is the Chanel Les Beige Cream, like Healthy Glow Cream bronzer in Soleil Tan Bronze. And the only reason why I would put a bronzer that I never used before on my face is because I'm currently wearing a Chanel foundation and this is a Chanel bronzer. So usually companies of the same brand, their products are meant to work together. They're meant to look good together. And if this ends up not looking good with the foundation, something is going to be terribly wrong, because usually companies would formulate their products to work well with each other and not separate, because it's like the same formula, the same factory, the same warehouse, whatever it may be. So I haven't tried this before, but I've heard great things about it and it looks super cool. It's like this souffle whipped bronzer texture. So I'm gonna grab a little bit on my brush, just dab it in like so, like just like this, and then I'm going to pre-blend. Ooh, this is a pretty color. I'm gonna pre-blend it in the back of my hand just so I'm not like stamping a crazy amount on. And this is a bronzer, so I'm not gonna be too perfect with this. You know, this is a cream bronzer, but the top might need a little bit more warming up because like it's like brand new. That's pretty. It's a pretty bronzer. And because this is a bronzer, I'm not treating it as a contour. I'm just kind of like warming up all around my cheeks and my temple. I'm not being too precise with it. I'm grabbing it with my brush and then just buffing it and stamping it and tapping it out. This is like a very natural finish bronzer. It like melts into the skin. Like you can barely even like see any harsh lines or anything. This was the only shade that was available on Ulta. I didn't go on a Chanel page at all. I've heard a lot of people say great things about this bronzer. Not so much of the foundation. I don't think I've heard anything about the foundation ever actually, but the bronzer, this bronzer's like your like a cult favorite. Like everyone and their mom knows like this bronzer. And I did hear that they are coming out with more shades, if not already have more shades. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to put on some blush, I'm going to put on a liquid blush. I am super big on mixing blushes, so I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal Lumi blush in the shade, what shade is this? Oh, Dewy Bright Pink. So I'm actually gonna have this everywhere on my cheek, and then I'm gonna go in with another one more concentrated right at the apples of my cheek. So this is like my favorite thing to do because I'm super indecisive about all the blushes, and I want to make sure that I have this like ombre effect to my face and give myself like that glow. So I'm gonna blend all of this out, wipe the excess off really quickly. I feel like I put a little too much. Okay, and don't worry about it being too messy. We're gonna go back in with the concealer. I just want to make sure everything lays down nicely because the L'Oreal Lumi blush is one of my favorite blush, and it's always laid really well and played very nicely with everyone else. So I just want to make sure that it's the same for this. And then I'm gonna grab the Hourglass Whim. It's like the dropper one. I'm going to put it in the back of my hand like this, and I'm gonna pick a little bit up and put it on the center of both sides of my cheek, because I always want a more concentrated blush on the cheek. And then I'm just gonna blend it up, just mix them, make sure there's no harsh lines, and then sweep it over my nose for cohesiveness. All right, now that that's on, I'm going to use a concealer to clean all this up. And for the concealer that I want to use today, it'll be the Creal Face Flex Concealer. I got another shade. I got 3N, and this is like one of my favorite concealers ever. It's just so good. It's self-set, so I want to put on a concealer that I know plays well with my other foundation, just so that I can give this foundation a fair chance. Currently right now, everything looks like it's sitting on my face really well. The blush, the bronzer. So I'm gonna put this on, and then we're gonna powder, and then we'll see after that. All right, so this concealer claims that it's a self-setting, so I'm gonna let it dry for just a second, and this is just what I found that works best. And then I'm gonna be blending everything out with my concealer brush, the Angie Hot and Flashy. So we're just gonna sit here for a second, let this set a little bit. All right, now that I am done blending out my concealer, I'm going to set it with my Kosas Feathery Cloud Set, and I'm just gonna make sure all of the creases are patted out. Just set it really quickly. I'm a super oily gal, so this will not be the only powder that I'll be setting with. I'm gonna go in with a more mattifying. I'm gonna go in with the Blur-fection Infallible powder. I've been really loving this powder a lot to set everything. It definitely keeps my oils at bay, and it's like super lightweight, and it just is so nice on top of my concealer, and it sets everything down for me. Once I've lightly dusted that, I'm gonna grab a, let me see, a puff really quickly and do my little method. I'm gonna grab this, and then I'm gonna take the cap, pre-blend, pre-pat it really quickly, just so that it's super diffuse. And then I'm going to just stamp it where I get the most oily, which is like around the side of my cheek, my T-zone, forehead, and chin. And then whatever's left, just pat it in, really pat it in. Oh my gosh, this is so flawless right now. My complexion looks so good right now. And I'm just gonna dust any excess off. Right now, I will finish up the bottom of my eyes. I'm going to take the same liner that I put on the top of my eyes and line my waterline really quickly. And I love the NYX liner because it's so creamy. And I'm gonna do one eye at a time so that so it doesn't set. I want to have enough time to buff it out. I'm gonna go back into this palette really quickly and I'm gonna get this brown shade right here and I'll mix it in a little with this dark brown shade and just smudge, just lightly smudge everything out like so. Just a light smudge. And then we're gonna do the same on the other eye. Again, we're just smudging it out so that it's not super harsh. So that's that. And then I'm going to just use a little bit of this highlighting shade right here, this lighter shade, and I'm going to put it in my inner corner. I'm gonna use a pencil brush and just pop this in the inner corner. This is just to brighten up my eyes a little bit. Alrighty, now that is on, I'm gonna go and bronze my face. I'm going to use this Dior bronzer that I got recently in the mail. I'm loving this bronzer so far. It's so silky, so buttery, so smooth. And I'm bronzing just so that my bronzer from Chanel doesn't like just move around. And I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal Le Glace Lumi. I'm gonna grab it with the tip of my finger and I'm just gonna highlight. This is like my favorite cream glassy highlighter. Like out of all of the highlighters and glassy balms and stuff that have launched, this one's the best. For the price, it's so much cheaper than everything else, and B, I think they did this first. Like I don't remember anyone having a like glassy highlighter balm until they launched something. I don't know, maybe I'm just tripping or something, and there was other people and I just didn't notice it. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys the shade of this. This is in shade Glassy Pearl. And also, if you guys use this, I want you to know that it's not going to dry down. Like this is meant to stay glossy and balmy the whole entire day. And I know because like I would walk outside and the wind would blow and it'll stick onto my face. That's like the one thing I don't like about this, is that it doesn't dry down and my hair sticks to it. I had lip prep earlier, so I'm just gonna wipe this. I did get a new shade for this lip liner. The Pat McGrath lip liner. I got the shade Structure, and I usually use the shade Buff, and I already know this formula. It's gorgeous, but I wanted to try a new shade. So this is what it looks like, in case you guys were wondering. It's a lot more like a brownie taupe color. I really wanted to get another shade called Contour. It's a gorgeous color. Lipstick that I wear today. I think I'm just gonna go with the Maybelline Ultra Matte in More Stone all over my lip. These are so good. They're like comfy matte lips. And then I want to add a little bit of gloss and shine, so I'm grabbing this Rosewood Glow, this juicy lip by Makeup by Mario. I'm just pop that in the center. All right, I'm going to put down my hair, and like brush it out, and then I will come right back here to show you guys the final look. Huge headache. Alrighty guys, this is the final look. What do we think so far? This foundation so far, based on my first impression and application, I do have to wear it throughout the day. I'll come back here towards the end of the day to keep you guys updated on how this performed. But just first impressions so far, this foundation looks amazing. It looks very comfortable. It looks like very flawless. It's not super matte. It's not super incredibly full coverage, but it's not a lighter coverage either. For the price point, it's a touch expensive. It feels a lot better when I bought this on sale for the Ulta discount, but this foundation so far, first impression and everything laid on it, so incredibly nice. Like my skin, like my complexion right now looks amazing so far. So this is the final look. Let me know your thoughts, and then I will see you guys towards the end of the day once I've done my errands and everything, and then I come back here and show you guys what this looks like after wearing it for a couple hours. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in a little bit, okay? All right, guys, I am back from a very, very long day. The last you guys saw me was at like 1 p.m. today. Right now it's 11:39. So I've had this foundation on for about 10 hours now, give or take. I'm just gonna say 9 for like just like the application and everything like that. So I'm ready to take my makeup off right now. Like I've been wearing it for too long, and I only wore it this long for the sake of this video, and I really wanted to try this out. I didn't powder, I've been out all day, but this is what my foundation looks like towards the end of the night. I am very oily, so every single foundation by the end of the night just looks like it's like a frying pan for eggs. And my eyelids are really oily as well too, so you will see a little bit of the shadow lifting and creasing, but other than that, the shadow, my eyes stayed really well. Same with my brows. My brows usually stay intact. My lip liner is amazing. It's still there. The lipstick itself like kind of like disappeared on me as I applied lip balm because my lip was getting really dry. My blush is still there somewhat. This side kind of disappeared a little bit more, but you can still see it. My bronzer is still there. My concealer is still here. It definitely like creased a little bit, but other than that, this foundation lasts quite a long time. It was very comfortable. It definitely felt really weightless on me, and so my final thought is I really like this foundation, the way it looks, the way it wears throughout the day. Like it didn't just like peel off my face, as well as my blush, my contour, everything else is still intact. I definitely need some powder. Just every single foundation by the end of the night for me, it just becomes super oily. I have to blot and powder throughout the day. So this is the final look for my foundation. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Toodles! Mwah!